Call of Duty Ghosts is one of my favorite Call of Duty games, and I've made this very clear on this channel, but today, after trying to play a little bit of Black Ops 4, and immediately getting bored and fatigued and not interested, I thought, let's go back to a game I do like. Let's play some Call of Duty Ghosts. So why do I like Ghosts so much? The reason is that I can play Ghosts just about however I want when it comes to the playstyles that are available to you in Call of Duty. Whether it's rushing, camping, lurking, sniping, whatever it might be. Maybe it's just throwing together a weird, unoptimal class and seeing how well you can do with it. Whether you want to go knife only or not, or do or don't, whatever. You have a lot of options in this game. The people that say otherwise just really haven't looked into the depth of the created class system, because in the created class system, you're really given options to spec into different, what I could call, builds. Do you want to do an aggressive build with speed perks and resilience perks? Do you want to do a stealth build with all the stealth perks and maybe a couple speed perks? Do you want to do half and half? Maybe you want a speed build with sit rep so you don't get into IED trouble? Maybe you want to use takedown on a camping class. That way when you kill an enemy, a little skull doesn't tell their teammates that, hey, I died over here. So when they come into a building and see a body, they won't see a skull over it, so they won't think their teammate just literally died. So they'll stand right where they stood and get taken out as well. A lot of campers never used takedown and made themselves very easy to kill for me. Also, if you're one of those people that put on the ghillie suit, laid in corners, and just waited for your IEDs to go off, you probably got yourself killed by me a lot, because I would run sit rep and then I would know where your IEDs are. I didn't run any IED detecting classes in this gameplay. I was just playing however I wanted. But the thing is this class creation system in Ghost was almost perfect in my mind. It obviously needed to get rid of some crutch perks, it needed to get rid of some of its imbalances, but I made a video a while back talking about how the pick 10 system doesn't work. I mean, it's not bad, it's a good solution, but it's not the end-all solution, because the game, like let's say Black Ops 2, it sees an anti-aircraft lock-on rocket launcher which can take down your enemy's streaks. It sees that as worth the same amount of points. Worth the same amount of points as a red dot sight. It sees a laser sight as the same as quick draw, which makes no sense. Call of Duty Ghosts had it done right because you had steady aim was a 2-point perk and quick draw was a 3-point perk. And why this is important? Well, if you wanted either of those to be absolutely useful, you needed to pair them up with the ready up perk, which cost 1 perk point. So if you wanted steady aim and ready up so you can pull your gun up faster and hip fire, that would be 3 of your perk points. But if you wanted quick draw and ready up, which would allow you to break your sprint quicker and aim down sight and start shooting quicker, that's going to cost you 4. Steady aim is only useful on close range weapons most of the time, high rate of fire close range weapons and shotguns, which if you're using those, you're ditching your versatility already, so it makes that cost less for you. See what I mean? Steady aim costs less because it removes a lot of your versatility, whereas quick draw is incredibly versatile, it costs a little bit more. If you wanted to be an asshole with a danger close type of class with a grenade launcher and danger close and just as many explosives as you can fit on one class, that's going to cost most of your class. You lose all of your versatility. You have to dedicate that class to being an asshole. And you'll miss out on great perks like sit rep or amplify, dead silence, takedown, ready up, resilience, just name a few. I liked being an asshole sometimes with noob tubes and danger close, but I couldn't really win games with it because when it came time to actually beat somebody that was decent in a gunfight, fuck, game over. I don't know, I don't like to do this whole, well, you're just bad kind of argument, but the closest I'll get is saying that the people that complain about campers in games like Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Ghosts, the people that complain about that, I'm sorry. Yes, it can be annoying, but if you're dying to someone that won't move, if you're dying to somebody that's hiding, there's a problem. And it's mostly with you. You need to dedicate a class to finding IEDs if that's what you're dying to mostly. It's not really a crutch, it's just some enemies are going to just throw them everywhere. Most people don't like sitting in corners surrounded by IEDs, okay? It's easy for confirmation bias to kick in and think that everybody's doing it, but really you're only focusing on the times it happens and not how many enemies you catch off guard sprinting, trying to rush you, pushing you, flanking you. So really, if you're having trouble with someone with IEDs that's camping in a corner, run sit rep. Run danger close and a frag grenade. And if someone's nade spamming, have a class with a trophy system. This is the type of counterplay I really liked about this game. If you wanted to be a really good camper, you would have trophy systems, IEDs, the right perk set up, you wouldn't be too close to your IED, so if somebody blew it up, you'd still have time to react. And there's just a lot more effort on the side of the player. The reason a lot of people camp is because, I don't know why this is, but Call of Duty players just seem to not want to fight campers properly. They have no interest in doing interesting things to get rid of them. They just sprint at them and then get mad when they die. And that's people's biggest complaint about this game, that and it's ugly. And the ugliness of Call of Duty Ghosts is a problem. This game is pretty charmless. There's lots of love put into it, there's lots of depth, but really, the browns, the grays, the dirty greens, all the maps kind of look mostly destroyed and messy, and I have to admit, it bothers me when I play it. I don't really know why they went for this aesthetic, because even Modern Warfare 2, a game that's pretty gritty and pretty dark, had some charm to it. Big yellow numbers that showed up when you shot somebody, money would fly out of them. Some of the maps actually had color and weren't completely devastated by a previous conflict that I guess you missed before the match started. When I think of good-looking Call of Duty maps, my mind immediately goes to Black Ops 2, actually. And when I think of fun maps that are really fun to play on, that have a lot of variety and lots of different ways you can play them, I think of Call of Duty Ghosts. And I think that's the reason I put up with how fucking ugly they are, is that they have so many options. They have so many things that you can do. This goes from interesting lines of sight, interesting camping spots, interesting flank routes, interesting interactable environments. And here's the thing, interactable environments don't need to be Battlefield level to be interesting. If you've played Rainbow Six Siege, you know how interesting gameplay can become just from a tiny hole in a wall, or something that gets knocked over or blown open or cut off. That changes gameplay. Call of Duty is a simple style game. It's 5v5, it's 6v6, it's 4v4. It is close quarters, primarily, smaller arena-style maps, and a twitch shooter. So any little thing you can do will make a difference. And so being able to open and close doors, or knock down a gate, or open a doorway, or blow open one thing if you had a piece of C4, if you're willing to breach it, those things, they're not big, they're not game-changing, genre-defining explosions, but they affect the gameplay. They give you a little flanking route. They give you a little peeky hole. They give you something else to do. It's not the same thing every match. And the map-to-map variety stands out to me as well. Not every map plays the same. People complain about Stonehaven being too big and too campy. Thank God. Because if they were all as small as Strike Zone, I'd get fucking irritated. And that's what makes the game more fun for me to replay and to have a longer play session on. Each map plays differently. Some are more indoor focused, outdoor focused. They have more flank routes, they have less flank routes. They have more verticality, less verticality. They are smaller, bigger, wider, longer, fatter. Doesn't matter. Throughout the base maps and the DLC maps, the developers were pretty much willing to do any type of layout. Was this always a fair and balanced way to go about map design? Was every map flawless in its appearance and layout and competitive structure? No. But that made it fun. Not every map was the same, not every map played by the rules, and that made it interesting. You didn't know what each DLC was going to be, and you didn't know how you were going to play each map. At least I didn't. I like the option to play conservative and campy, and I like the option to run around and play my heart out. Sitting back with a bunch of lurky stealth perks, you know, and with a suppressed gun, just trying to get streaks is a fun playstyle if I'm a little bit more sleepy. Whereas rushing balls to the wall, going on constant flank routes, using smoke grenades and incognito, using those types of setups, it's not a fairy tale. You can do it. And the people that never experienced that, I feel so bad for. This franchise went down one path after Black Ops 2's success. And it really bothers me that we haven't come out of it yet. We haven't come out of this obsession with faster, faster, simpler, simpler, make the maps simple and linear and brightly lit. Make the movement fast. If anybody's holding still, I want them dead. I hate this. And then like camping areas and areas that are good for holding a position, you know, those areas are just like on each end of the middle, you know, they're symmetrical. It's not as fun to hold a power position if it's just smack dab in the middle of the map on each side at the same elevation. You know what I'm talking about. This symmetrical cookie cutter take no risks map design has just ruined my fun. And this game has no division system. It has no specialist system or rig system. It is just Call of Duty for Call of Duty's sake. The last one we had before this one, or I guess right after this one, was Advanced Warfare. And that game holds a special place in my heart because it was the last Call of Duty that didn't go down this, oh, I'm picking this class, so this class specializes in these things type of thing. No, let me make each class from scratch. Let me form my own class. Let me make my own character. Let me make my own experience. The division system in Call of Duty World War II is honestly an abomination to me. It didn't work, and the create a class system paired with it made me feel so limited. It's one of the reasons I stopped playing. And now we have the specialist abilities in Black Ops 4 that are so broken, so irritating, so high reward, low risk, that I would take an entire team of camping people with thermal LMGs in Call of Duty Ghosts than having to face one more fucking seeker drone in Black Ops 4. Because at least when you're laying on your stomach in Call of Duty Ghosts with a thermal LMG, you have to watch your back. And if you're counting on an IED to cover your back, you better hope I don't have sitrep. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to say nice things about a game that I love because a lot of you guys want to hear more of that kind of content from me. I know I made a Ghost video like October, September, I don't care. I love Ghosts, and playing it again here in 2019, I was stoked. And I rushed, I camped, I played how I wanted to play, and the game didn't constantly bullshit me. And that was fun. I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye. I didn't want to mantle that game. I didn't want to mantle that. Push right into the middle. See where this leads us. Oh, it leads that. Okay. Oh, really? Come on. No, I pulled the trigger. Oh, damn it. No, and the dog's woohoo! Easy. Well, that wasn't too hard. Some of you guys are a little too campy for that map.